Good evening, Batesburg-Leesville Relay. You excited? Come on, are you excited? You guys have been working so hard all year, and I'm so proud of you. I'm so glad that you're here tonight. It's going to be a fun evening. If you have any questions, please grab me. I'd love to meet every single one of you while I'm here tonight, and I'm here for you all the time. Please get in touch with me if you need anything. We're going to have a great time tonight, and just give it up for this committee. I want to hear it. What a great committee that you have. They've worked really, really hard for you. Thank you. And all these teams out here, thank you so much for all that you've done. Thank you. We have some special people here tonight. We have some awesome survivors. Let me hear it for the survivors. We are so glad you're here with us. We're going to have some fun honoring you. And I have a special survivor here tonight that is going to share his story with you, Mr. Raymond Stingray Fowler. And he's going to tell you his journey, and he is a cancer survivor, and we're so excited that he's here with us tonight, and his wife Cindy is down here, so be sure to meet them tonight while they're here, okay? So I'm going to give it over to Stingray, and here it is. Thank you. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much. Wow. Look at all these people out here. All these beautiful people here for one good cause, cancer. I'm just really so elated to be here. I'm very appreciative to be here. This is something that I do on a normal basis, is tell my story. I feel like a normal guy, but my story is bigger than me. So I'm kind of retired. I can't work no more, but I can come out here and share my story, and hopefully y'all will get something from it. And know that beating cancer is all about attitude. You can't give up, you can't quit eating. You just fight to your last breath, and that's what I had to do. The way things started off for me is I was trying to help out my church group. So the only way I could figure out to get a bunch of money at one time was to go to Atlanta and fight in the National Tough Man Championship. So I trained for about 8 weeks, lost about 30 pounds, but I didn't know and had no idea that I had cancer at that time that I was training. I was making it worse, but I was trying to do something for my church, and I knew that that was my goal, no matter what, was to raise money for my youth group. So basically, while I was getting in shape, I was getting out of shape. I thought I was in shape, but I was out of shape. I was dying, and I had no idea. I went into the doctor to get medically cleared to box, and I had told him that I had a headache for like 8 weeks, and he said, well, does it go away? And I said, no, it's never went away. It's been there for 8 weeks. And he said, well, what else is going on? I said, well, I got a lump in my throat. I had no idea. I just thought it was a swollen gland. I didn't think anything else. When he pushed on it, he said, does it hurt? And I said, no, I can't feel a thing. And he said, well, that's a problem, because swollen glands hurt when you're sick. So immediately he had me go get a CAT scan done, and it was found that I had a tumor that's a little bit bigger than a golf ball in my neck, embedded in my neck actually, pushed against my carotid artery. And that's why the headaches were there, and they didn't go away. And it scared him, and it scared me. I just knew there was a lump in my neck. That's it. That's all I knew. So the next morning he said, well, I'm cutting that out tomorrow morning. I'm cutting it out. I didn't know what to think, to be honest with you. I immediately thought about cancer. I never thought I would get it. The next day when he cut it out, my heart stopped for 20 seconds. I guess that's because of the release of when he cut it out, it was pressed on my carotid artery, so my heart did some weird things. But I'm here today, and I'm very glad to be here today, because this is a mighty big blessing to be able to talk to y'all about this. I believe anything can be done through Christ. I believe anything, If you want it hard enough, you can do it. For me, what turned it around, I was told I had a 14% chance of living with squamous cell carcinoma. Now, when you're told you have a 14% chance of living and you're 42 years old, it's hard to take. But for me, I thought I have been through so much in my life already that 14% is a chance. Although it is a small chance, I thought, well, I still got a chance. So this is kind of hard for me, but a little kid came in one day and he was real sick, and after I did a real long chemo session, I found out that he had passed away. And it devastated me so much that I decided right then that I was going to fight, that this was not going to get me. It wasn't going to take me out. I knew that I had a reason right then and there. So I had to decide what I was going to do. Well, I had boxed most of my life as an amateur, and me and Billy Stanek have been friends for a very, very, very long time. And so I said, well, I looked it up, and I thought, well, I want to do something no one else has done. If I'm going to die, I'm going to die on my terms. I'm going to be a professional champion. I'm going to be a boxer. While everyone said, no, don't do it, you're too sick, it's just going to make you die quicker, I said, well, if I'm going to pass away, I'm going to pass away on my terms. I'm going to do it my way, but I'm going to fight all the way, because I never give up. A champion never gives up. So anyway, everybody that I came across wouldn't let me do a sanctioned fight. Nobody. Even my best friend John Llewellyn, who is the president of USA Boxing, said, no way, Ray, we're not going to watch you die in the ring. But it was my dream, and I thought it was wrong with them telling me I couldn't do it, so I had to figure out another way. So while I was at an event, I met a bunch of fighters. It was a more or less like it was a charity event for kids in trouble. And there's legendary boxers and legendary heavyweights, and I talked to all of them, and the one that stuck out the most to me at that moment was Ray Mercer. I don't know if y'all know who he is, but he's the WBO champion at one time. And Ray Mercer's from North Carolina. And he told me, man, after I told him what I wanted to do, he said, go for it. I think you should do it. Don't listen to what the doctors say. Go for your dreams, because only you and you alone can really do this. Your friends can be there with you, but you have to have two things. You have to have passion and you have to have God. And there's no way you can do it without either one of those. You have to have the inner strength, and you all got it in you. Every person there that has survived cancer has survived because they had an inner strength in them. When I got the chance to do what I wanted to do, I met a guy named Kenny the Mighty Milligan. Now, Kenny Milligan was a guy who fought for Roger Mayweather in the late 90s. And he was one of the guys that I saw at the event, at the charity event I was at with all the boxers and fighters, and he stood out the most, so he gave me his phone number, and I called him a couple weeks later, and he said, hey man, I'll give you that chance. If you want to fight that bad, it's your life. I'm gonna help you do it. So a week later, I came back up to Myrtle Beach, and we started training. I was 170 pounds. Now I'm 245 pounds as I stand here today by the grace of God. But I gained almost 90 pounds of muscle in 1 year. I didn't care how bad I felt. I had one thing on my mind, and that was to do something that no one else had done before, and that was became an unsanctioned world champion. Since no one would let me fight, I had to figure out a way to do it, to follow my dreams and make something happen. So I'd have something to share, so I could share hope. I could have a story that wouldn't be all in vain. So, it's just, after sparring over 100 rounds with him, one day I was in perfect condition. It's probably about the best condition I would ever be in my life. And I'd only been recovering for 1 year. And I wasn't in remission or anything yet. But I was in the best shape of my life. And after 14 rounds of sparring and fighting, my wife, my beautiful rock right there, sitting on the ground. Stand up, Cindy. Stand up a minute. This is my wife, Cindy. This is the rock. This is my rock. God is my rock up above, and my rock below is in front of me right now. I couldn't have done anything without my wife. She has been there for me this whole time. And after that day that I sparred 14 rounds, her and Kenny surprised me with what I call the Champions Challenge. I said, because I didn't even know if I could do it or not. I just knew I was going to try as hard as I could. And so that's what I did. And I'm here today as a survivor, as a happy man. I do everything I can to try to live for something bigger than myself. Because if you're not living for something bigger than yourself, then you're not living. And living for something bigger than yourself doesn't mean you have to become a world boxing champion. You can become a champion by simply doing something bigger for you than yourself. Simple things, open up the door for somebody, whether it's a guy or a girl. Open up the door for them. Be nice, show love. Doing anything small can make you a champion. The definition of being a champion is being somebody that's living for something bigger than themselves. It's somebody who is striving to do a good cause. You don't have to play sports to be a champion. You just have to be a champion in your heart and live for something bigger than yourself, no matter what the cause is, as long as it's something bigger than yourself. So I appreciate everybody for letting me come up here and talk. And I love every one of y'all. Each and one of you mean something to me. I do this stuff because I want to make a difference. When I leave this earth, I want to leave a legacy of love and passion. I want people to know that with hope, love, faith, your significant other, close friends, you can do anything in life. Anything. And if I can do it, you can do it. Trust me. The odds were stacked all the way against me, and here I am right now. Cancer's not the only thing I deal with, though. I deal with fibromyalgia. I have spinal stenosis and other things. My body, I live in an old man's body. But this old man's rocking and rolling. And I'm only 49 years old, and I don't plan on going anywhere anytime soon. It's all about the attitude, y'all. It's all about the attitude, and it's here today. It's here tonight. So let's love each other and make this thing happen, and let's rock and roll for the American Cancer Society and the Relay for Life. God bless everybody for giving me the opportunity to be in here, and let's do this thing.
Thank you, champion. We're going to introduce the Batesburg-Leesville Elementary School. They have a couple songs they're going to sing for us, so if they'll come up front. They are directed